So I'm Danielle. I work at Elemental, and Elemental is a little unique. So we're basically catalyzing climate technologies. So those technologies that are mitigating the impacts of climate change. We do this in a little bit different way. We're focused on what we call frontline communities. So those are the folks that are currently feeling the impacts of climate change. And so what Elemental does is basically we fund startups that are helping us fight climate change. And then we're also I like to say we're chairing a table of really diverse partners. So like corporates, cities, utilities, and then most exciting for me is community organizations, because it's really important for those closest to the problem to be closest to the solution. Kind of like more of like a heart-focused investor. So I'm really, as an impact investor, of course, we're like focused on like who's going to bring the most change, the most needed change for those people most affected. And so I think specifically when I was introduced to Sue, I was really touched by his compassion for the drivers of dollar vans. And I think that's something that's really key to Elemental, is having founders that have lived experience. I think lived experience is something that you can't go get from an academic institution. It's also something that you can't learn. And so having kind of compassion built into a technology is really powerful for me. In general, something that I look for in a startup is what I call the dreamer and the doer. And so that's kind of like, who's the person that's thinking like wildly, like their imagination is boundless, and they really have like a strong vision for what their technology can be and where their company is going to go and who it's going to serve. And then the other part is having like that partner in crime, a co-founder that's really focused on like how to execute the mission that this dreamer has put together. And I think that type of duo makes a startup really powerful. And that's something that I really look for in addition to lived experience. Like, we're taking a system that hasn't been acknowledged, has gone under the radar, and was really established based on need. And Dollaride was like bringing it to the forefront and really wanting to like catalyze it and make it more effective and helpful and reach more people. And so I was like, these are jobs, these are people helping their community, and it's just refining the system to make it even more efficient. And so for me, I was like, this is great. We're doing jobs, we're helping people get to work, and we're like helping existing entrepreneurs be even more savvy. Transit deserts or something is really how I started my life as a planner. So my first project was to look at the new rail line that goes through Bayview Hunters Point. This is a traditional Black community, Chinese community. My mom is actually from that community. And so I'm like riding this train as an intern from 7 to 7 p.m., right? And it was really insightful to understand the level of impact that transit service has on people's lives. It's so much more than just like getting people from point A to point B. It's really about like having compassion for your entire community. And so let's adapt the system to meet those needs. And I think it goes the same for like any other service. Is like people are telling you what they want and what they need.